LRU cache. This is the solution that I got from, and this is the problem that is last recently used cache. I'll just pronounce it that way because I don't know how to pronounce it a better way. So in here I made a slightly adjustment. In the test of the Leet code it's only 1, 2. I add 3 because I think that like the pattern of adding is not enough. So 1, 2, 3 we get 1, and that will become, so we got 1, 2, 3, then we get 1, it will become 3, 2, 1 in here, and our capacity is 3. Then when we add 4, 2 will be removed when we add 4, and then when we get 2 it will minus 1 because it's disappear. When we add 5, 3 will disappear. Then when we get 1 it will return 1, when we get 2 it will minus 1 because disappear, and when we get 4 it will be return 4. So let's go to the debug itself. I don't know why is it in here. So we will have the constructor in here. The initiation is that we map integer to a node that we call cache. We have an integer of capacity that is 3, and node left and node right. Each node has an attribute of this class of the key, value, next, and previous. And this is the constructor key is key, file. Okay, cool, looking good. Let's go next, and we initiate the hash map in here. The cache is hash map with the address of 1891. I will skip the 1 moving forward and just mention the last 3 number. Then left is initiated with 893. The key is 0 and the value is 0. Then right is initiated at 894 with the key 0 and value 0. Left.next equal right and right.pref equal left. What does it mean? Okay, so let's draw this. So we get left, and the address is at 893. Then we get right, and the address is at 894. Okay, this can be said that left dot next is right, so this is one direction. Left dot next is right. Left dot next is 894, same as the right in here. And also we can express that with right dot previous is left. So right is 894. Right is 894 and the previous is 893, and that is the bidirectional linked list. And in here, why there are so many? Because right now we are at 893. This pref actually is left, and next to the left is right at 894. And when we are here, we are actually at the right, and when we click it, we have the previous of the right, which is 893. And it just kind of like, if you see it this way, we are at the 894, the previous is 893, and we are at this way when we are at 893, the next is 894, and just keep back and forth until it's become unlimited. But that is all about. I kind of don't understand why I just cannot keep doing this, not having like a circle, maybe. Who knows? But like, let's keep it that way, and like let's moving forward knowing that those hierarchical in the debugger, like we can just kind of a bit ignore that. Okay, so right now we have the capacity of 3, and we will update that in here. So this, yeah, capacity is 3, and we get left at the 893, right at the 894. Do we have that in the cache? Well, cache still empty, we don't have that, so we don't run this line, and we just put the key into the key, which is 1 right now, and the new node that has key and the value. So we will put that on the hash map. In this hash map, after we execute that, we have the key is 1, and it mapped to a node of 1900, address of 1900, and it has the key of 1 with the value is also 1. So this all the node of 1900. So let's insert that node, which is the get key, that node into the cache of LRU. Okay. So right now we are going to create pref, whatever that, which is this write.pref, which is kind of technically left. So pref itself is write.pref, which is like 1893. 893 will be the address of pref. Let's do it this way. So we have pref, whatever is that. This is write.pref, and the address is 8893. This is the address. Okay, let's run it. Here we have the 893, that's the address, and then the value is 0. So we just kind of pay attention to the value. Value is 0. Okay, then we have next. And next is the write. And that write is mapped to the @894 since it is passing by reference. So, yeah, that write is 894. Then when we click that, our next is 894, as in here with all the attribute of the node class that we just created. Okay, looking cool. So remember that like whenever we change passing by reference, whatever the name that refer to 893, in this case is write.pref or left. When we make change at 893, we make change to both of them, the write previous and the left, because like the address is the same and it will change everything. As well as when we make a change at 894, we also will make change to the write in here because it goes with the same reference. Let's see that in detail right now. Okay, when we have the node, the value in here I believe is 0. Let's check. Yep, that's 0. And what is our node? Node in here is 900. So we got the node. The address is at 900. Okay, and the value is 1. Okay, then we have previous.next, which is the node. So what is our previous? Our previous is here, this one, this pref. And .next is the node. So we will draw an arrow in here. This is node with the value of 1. The address is at 900. It's not 960, it's 900. Tumbat. That's round. Okay. Then the next line is we will assign next.previous to the node. So next in here, the previous is equal to the node. That will be at the @900. Let's make it the same in here. There is 1. Okay, so we have this right now. Then we are done executing that. So we will go node.next is equal to the next. Node.next here will be next, or it can also be right because we are referencing the address of 894. So when we hit that line, the write will have the previous of 900. That is passing by reference. Let's see how it works. So node.next equal to next. So next is still null in here. And let's see the write. Write previous is still, sorry, 900. I think we passed it previously. Yeah, we pass it in here. We pass it in here. So you know that the previously, previous. When we put the next.pref at 894 to the 900, we'll also assign the write. So it's already been done right there, right that. So node.next from null into the 900. 894. Yeah, node.next is 894 in here, and node.pref is 893. So in here we have node.pref, which is at 893, and this can be also the name of left. Cool. So right now we have the node of 900 with the previous left, and the next is right. So this is our first insertion right now. I will click it. Yep. So the next is right and the previous is left. And that will also change when we have this node, where we have that in the cache with the key 1 and the value is 1900 in here. So it's the same as in here. Let me box that first. So this is, let's say, at 900. This is, it has the next of 894 and the previous of 893. Okay, so that's what we have in here. Next 894 and previous of 893. Cool. So we are done with just putting the one, and size is not less than capacity, so we don't need to run that one in here. Okay, so we are going to put 2. Let's do it slowly for 2. Do we have that 2 in the hash map? No, we don't. And then we will put the key with the node of the key and the value. So we will put that in here. Yep, 2 there. And then the new node is, the address is 906. For this one is 906. And that will also show in, not yet. Yep, 906 in here. Okay, so let me get this one. Then let's zoom in. Let's get the node in here. The address is at 906. Then with the next one, we now have the previous, and also we'll have the next. Okay, what do we have on the previous? Previous is write.pref. What is our write? Write is 894. What is the previous of 894? That is 900. So the previous will be at 900. So this is the write 894. The previous of that is at 900. Let's get the value. Cool. What will be the next? So this is previous at 900. And what will be? Notice that when we get 900, we got all of them. We got the whole package, which is the next of 894, and the previous is 893. So we got the whole thing. And the next is only the write. What is write is 894. So this is at 894. And this is the write. .894 in here. Okay, so right now previous.next is the node. So in here we will have the prev.next, and that will be our node, and the address is at 906. Previous.next is at 906 in here. Okay, cool. and next dot previous, so the one in here, we also will get the 900. Okay. Then we just append that to our node. Next pref is pref. So in here we got the node next that will be at the add. This is 906. That makes sense right now. At 894. Because the previous of 894 is 906. Yes. And then we also will have this node.pref at 900. Yep. So the next of the 900 is 906, and I will box that in here. Notice that in here at 900 we know the value is 1, and at the 894 the value is 0. So yeah, 1, 2, 0. So 2 is the most recent. Left dot next. Anyway, we cannot tell information from that, but like this node that pref is equal to our node right now. The next is 894. 894 next, and the previous is 900 when we hit it. That 900 when we hit it. Okay, let's do one more, because this is the last. Okay, now we will be at 3. So a little bit thing also, when we are at the 900 in here, if we go the previous, we also will have 893. That goes without saying, because like this 900 has the attribute of also the previous and the next in here. So if previously the next is 894, we just gonna append it in here, the next is 906. But still, to the left, which is previous of this one, 900, is still 893. Do we see that? Not yet. Just go, it's insert, and where we right now? We at the 900. So if we have this 900, and the previous one is 893. So look at this previous 893, it goes like that. Okay, cool. So now we will have a new node. Value is 3. And what the address do we have right now? 908. Let's do it quickly. We will have previous and we will have next. Previous is right to the previous. So it will be 906, I would say. Let's check it in here. Right at previous 894. Yep, 906. So previous will be at the 906. And then the next will be at the only right 894. Then we will ascend previous of next into the node, which is at 908, and then next dot previous, it's a node at 908. That we will have in here. So this pref and next. As we can see in here, pref is 906, next is 894, 906, 894. Then we will go pref.next is node, so the next is 908, next 908, and then the next.pref is also 908. It's also 908. Okay, cool. Then node next is next, node pref is pref. So in our node right now in here, in our node we got 908, so the next is 894. Yeah. In here is at 894, and then here we got node.pref is at the 906. And I will box it in here, or like a circle. So node next is 806, and the previous is 894, and the previous is 906. Let's cut that in here